Hey guys, Mark here, and today we're going to be talking about microphones and what you should be using for your YouTube videos. Let's jump in. Audio should be a top priority when creating your YouTube videos. In many cases, bad video with a good quality audio track is still watchable, but even the best of videos that have a poor audio track can be extremely irritating to your viewers. Ideally, you want to have the best of both worlds, but to do that, you're gonna need to stop using that DSLR's onboard microphone. In most cases, those only exist to capture audio to use as a reference for syncing audio in post. Let me give you an example. I'm using a Sennheiser MKE 600 microphone to record my audio right now, but if I switch to the onboard microphone on my A6300, you can see why I use it as a reference only. So what should you use? Well, I've got 3 microphones recording in front of me right now, all of which have very different situations that they should be used in. The one you're hearing right now is above me on a boom. It's the Sennheiser MKE 600. In front of me is an AudioTechnica AT2020 USB, and pinned to my shirt is a Sony ECM-44B. The Sennheiser and the Sony are both fed through a Zoom H4n recorder via XLR cables, and the AudioTechnica is a USB microphone, so it's recording straight through my PC. All 3 of these microphones are great in some ways, but poor in others. Let's talk about the Sennheiser first. The MKE 600 is a supercardioid microphone, meaning it has a pickup pattern that is very tight. If I move to the left of the microphone, you can hear that my voice becomes much less clear. The pickup pattern of supercardioid is intended to reject noise from the sides. It also rejects noise from the rear, but less than the sides. This is great for indoors because you get much less reflections from the hard surfaces. The MKE 600 and MKH 416 are considered to be a couple of the best microphones that you can possibly buy for YouTube. The other good thing about this type of microphone is that you can be further away from it and it'll still pick up your voice very well. I can move the MKH 600 out of the frame and my voice will still come in crystal clear. On to the AudioTechnica. This mic is a cardioid microphone. Cardioid is the most common unidirectional pickup pattern. They are very sensitive microphones up close and reject sounds from the rear. The problem with cardioids is that you actually have to be very, very close to the microphone to get crystal clear audio. If I move a few feet away, the microphone starts to pick up a lot more reflections and my voice diminishes in volume very quickly. These microphones are very good for gamers that have, no need to move away or move the microphone away from the shot. The last microphone we come to is the Sony ECM-44B. This microphone is a omnidirectional electret condenser lavalier, which I know is a mouthful. In other words, this microphone has to be very close to the talent to pick up any audio whatsoever. But it can pick up audio from all around it, so if I'm moving my head from side to side or I'm walking around, it will have no trouble picking up my voice clearly. The final consideration you need to make is whether you need a recorder or not. If you use something like a Blue Yeti or an AT2020 USB, you don't need one as they feed directly into your computer. But if you're using an XLR mic like the ECM-44B or the MKE 600, you're going to need an XLR recorder. As I've said before, I use a Zoom H4n, which I actually don't recommend. While it is a cheap recorder, the preamps in this little guy are unfortunately not strong enough for most applications, which results in a high noise floor. In other words, you get lots of hiss in your audio. A recorder that is both cheap and has good preamps is the Tascam DR60D Mark II. I've used it extensively in the past on numerous shoots, and while it is a bit chunkier than the Zoom H4n, the preamps are much better. So what's the best mic to use for YouTube? Well, ultimately it just depends on your situation. If you run a gaming channel with no camera on yourself, cardioid microphones like the AT2020 USB Plus or a Blue Yeti will work very well for you. But if you prefer to be on camera like me, and the Sennheiser MKE 600 or the MKH 416 are great choices. If you move around a lot or you turn away from the camera, go for the lavalier. No microphone is perfect, but if you find one that best suits your situation, you'll find it works well for you. So that's it for this video on audio for video. If you like this video, please show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing. And if you didn't, let me know why in a comment below. I love hearing your feedback. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.